Okay, let's say you want to start a hustle and you want to try to understand where you could sell services in a city around a particular topic. So, what you could do is you could look in here, finding leads. Leads are thought of as potential opportunities or connections that align with your goals and interests. It could include job prospects, relationship possibilities, chances to demonstrate your value, community involvement, or any other thing that improves your life. You may want a job, a relationship, you may want to get involved with your community, you may want some sort of commercial opportunity. Okay, so one of the things you can do is you could say to Grok. Now, the cool thing about Grok is it's integrated in with x.com. We've got Grok in here. Okay. Now, a cool hack is you can get the premium version of this, but if you pay for the Super Grok, which is the more powerful version, you actually get it in here as well, so you don't need to pay for both. But let's say I want to build a career in Melbourne, Australia, helping businesses to transition to the new AI economy. I'd like you to review all of the posters that are in Melbourne, Australia, and build me a comprehensive list of who I should talk to and why. And crucially, I want you to give me advice on what you think they'd want to talk about if I reached out to them. This is where the singularity comes in, guys. This is connected to all of the data. So let's run. Now, unfortunately, because Elon backed Trump, a lot of powerful people have stopped using X in Australia. But I think it is a massive, massive miss for Australia because of this technology. We're all on LinkedIn, but you don't get the access. The AI doesn't get the access to the data. And that's going to hurt us because the US firms are going to have it and we're not. The other thing to say is, typically and traditionally, you always look for potential business partners or entrepreneurial side hustles in your local jurisdiction in Melbourne. With this technology, you could actually work anywhere in the world. Okay, so it's actually building the prompts I need within the system. It's searching on the latest. It's digging into the system. It's also just looking at other Melbourne events, Transurban, and this is why posting online is going to become so important. Because see all these people, the people that are at the summits and they're talking, when people do actually start searching for people, they're going to have a digital presence. Whereas those who aren't, won't. And this is quite powerful. It's actually telling me who these people are. Head of Data AI. Digital strategist. AI in construction. The AI firms in Melbourne. The associations and networks I could reach out to. The academic institutions. Okay. So, for each individual, write me an email that would probably interest them based on what they're writing. Keep it brief and just tell them you're interested in AI as well and you'd love to have a coffee sometime and talk about where you think it's all going. You got to remember you could do this across any industry, across any multiple. You could probably vibe code yourself a little CRM, but it costs you next to nothing to run. And you could just bust open opportunities. The other thing you could do is you could potentially just build things for these people. Build AI apps or bring together data or vibe code things. And you could do something of interest and just reach out to those people with something that's they're already interested in. So, the days of looking at the job boards and just saying, who's got a job in Melbourne on X topic, I think they're going to be in big trouble. Okay, so we're pulling down the names. We're looking at their posts. We're finding things that are relevant to them. We're building up some collateral to get a coffee to see what they're doing. So if you wanted a job in any industry, this is AI, but you could look for anyone and anything doing this. And what you could also do using the stack is you could probably grab those emails. So let's connect via Claude. Notion. Let's connect to Notion via the let's connect to Notion and read the Ask Beeves stack. So hopefully that goes through. If the MCP is awake, always allow. Okay, so now we're going to connect into my stack. Okay, so I've got all my emails. Now what I'm going to do, okay, so it's found the stack. What we're going to do is we're going to plug these emails in and we're going to try and make them more persuasive. So we're going to use Robert Cialdini's work to try and improve these emails so they've got more of a hook. So the person probably more likely wants to talk to me. Okay. So persuasion, based on the detailed teachings in the persuasion section, I'd like you to review and improve this list of emails so they have more of a hook to incentivize them to meet with me. Boom. So now it's thinking about crafting its persuasion tactics. There you go. That's lit. It's specific, talks through, brings a perspective, has a hook. This I wouldn't do, this is a bit aggressive. Your deepfake prediction is already beating you to it. Faster than expected. 3 Australian companies already monetizing what you've demonstrated. I've been tracking the exact gap coffee this week. Your predictive is impressive, but notice something implementation has caught my attention. Most transport, for example, optimizing existing flows. In hiding data you're already collecting. It's also about behavioural pattern modernisation for transport companies, for Australian companies. So you get the idea. It actually builds something up that they go, ooh, what's this about? They'd have to be true. So you might want to run it through some more research and try to substantiate everything in there. So you could grab all of that and you could put that into, let's say, Gemini research. Let me just link it over to my other one. Can you look at each of these emails and research each in full and alter the text to include real information about what's going on in the market as it relates to the topic. So we put deep research on. Boom. So I'm probably not going to let this one finish, but what you could do is you could go through, do the research, actually hammer these emails out, have them all out the inbox. I might even show you how to build a CRM to manage, all these interactions. Yeah, but I mean, each of these people, they've all got powers. They've all got potential opportunities in front of them. You could even invite an email to all of them and say, hey, do you want to get together? Let's talk about AI. Bring all these people together and talk about a topic that's of interest to you and see if you can create some opportunities out of that. So you just saw, in summary, how I use Grok to find some people. I use my stack to improve the persuasion ability of the emails. And now I'm using deep research to go and validate. And then, so now I'm going to go, this is another thing too. I could theoretically go and learn everything's on the internet about these people. So I could go and do a deep research, find potentially hundreds of sources, really get to understand who they are before I even contact them. And then I use advanced persuasion tactics before I talk to them. So this is some pretty powerful sales stuff, guys. Yeah, hopefully this was an eye-opener. Cheers.